Okay, this is Jeff with DSH Abuse. It's September 23rd, 2023. I'm with Jackie. Jackie, could you just state your name and your hospital ID number? Oh, again, we're at Coalinga State Hospital.
Jackie Robinson, CO 477-0.
Okay, and you consent to being recorded and posting this on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I just want to direct your attention to a veterans group food sale in 2019, 2020, and I'm going to show you a food order from that time. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, and also what's called a donation sheet, CSH 40-031.
Yes.
Okay. And how much did you order at that time?
I believe it was about $80 worth of food.
Okay. And was that food for your personal consumption?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you participated in Veterans Group's sales before?
Yes, I have. I do it every year that they have it.
Okay. Directing your attention to what's called this patient donation sheet.
Yeah.
Looking at it right now, do you see what it says at the top?
I do.
Okay, can you read it?
It says patient donation sheet. All patient donations are final.
Okay. When you signed this in 2019 and 2020, did you notice? First of all, who had you sign this?
Another patient.
Okay. Did you happen to notice that at the time that you signed it?
I did not.
Okay. Was there a reason why you might not have noticed it?
I was just trying to sign, and so that they were just concerned for our orders, and that way we could get our food in time.
Okay. So, do you know if this was on clipboard or anything?
It was in a chapel, and it was in a desk, and we all had to line up, and I was waiting in line. It was like 30 or 50 people. I'd stand in longest line. I'm just trying to sign and pay for my food.
So they were just kind of rushing you to sign it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And no staff were present?
The staff were standing outside of the chapel.
Okay. All right. Now, I just want to direct your attention to Administrative Directive 644, and I want to read to you item number 5 on page 6, which states, all patient donations to the party fund are final and shall not be reversed or refunded for any reason. Was that ever explained to you by a patient or a staff?
No, I've never heard of 8644. Never read it.
Okay. And just finally, what are your feelings about the whole situation 4 years later, and they're still holding your money?
I'm upset. At this point, I just want my money back. It's like they're scamming me. They're holding my money for like 4+ years. They keep promising that they're going to get the food. Fuck the food at this point. I just want my money back. Give me my money back. If they want to redo the sale at some point after COVID or whatever, then I'm okay with that. But right now, just give me my funds back, and let's just, be done with this shit.
Okay. Thank you very much, Robinson. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, once again, this is Jeff at Coalinga State Hospital with the DSH YouTube channel, September 23rd, 2023. I have with me Steve. Steve, could you just state your name and your hospital ID number?
My name is Steve, 255-0.
Okay, and I have your consent to do this recording and post it on YouTube?
Yes, you do.
Okay, we are talking about the Veterans Group food sale in 2019, 2020, and just directing your attention to the food order with various items, chicken ribs, and do you recognize that?
Yes.
And you did fill out an order for your personal consumption?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and you ordered, what was the total amount?
$27.
Okay. And you have a significant partner that also ordered?
Yes.
What was the amount that he ordered?
What was it? Hold on for a minute. Let me see. It was, where's Conley at? Conley, there he is. Conley, $59.
Okay. Okay. And I also want to direct your attention to CSH form 40-031 entitled Patient Donation Sheet.
Yes.
You recognize this form?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you sign this when you placed order?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you see at the top where it says all patient donations are final?
Yes, I do.
Did you notice this at the time that you placed order?
No, I did not. And had I even seen it, I would have disregarded it for the fact that this was for the food sale, and that's why we were signing it to get our food. But I was also aware, though, too, that part of the food sale, the veterans group would get a donation, part of the donation, whatever it was, and stuff. So all I know is we were signing the thing to get our food. Okay.
What do you mean by the veterans group would get a donation?
Well, they would get part of it. I mean, they're the ones that's doing the food sale and stuff, so they would get like maybe 3, 4, 5% of what was given in and stuff like that to help support their group. You know, not all of our money like they're trying to take right now.
So let me direct your attention to Administrative Directive 644. Did anybody ever read to you 644 where it states? Hold on, it's right here. Hold on. Where it states all patient donations to the party fund are final and shall not be reversed or refunded for any reason?
No, everything was done through patients. Nothing was done through staff.
Okay. So when you read this, all donations are final, would you interpret that, even if you had read it, would you interpret that to mean that would include a worldwide pandemic such as COVID?
Say that again?
Would you interpret all patient donations are final and cannot be reversed at any time to include a worldwide pandemic?
Absolutely not.
Would you have signed this sheet if you knew that you would not get your money back in the face of a worldwide pandemic?
Absolutely not. In fact, about 3 years ago, about a year into the pandemic, I went to my RT, Chris Lee, and Chris Lee went down and spoke to Lisa Adams when she was here. And Chris Lee came back and told me, since I'm chairman on the unit and people were asking me about the situation, that just hold tight. Chris Lee said, well, the message from Lisa Adams to Chris Lee to be delivered to me was that just be patient. Once the COVID subsides and stuff, we will be going out and we will be honoring the rest of the orders. Okay? And now it's been 4 years, and now we're caught up in a situation to where you're saying that you're going to just take all of my money? Yeah, I don't think so. You know what I mean? That's stealing. That's thievery, and I'm dealing with the Department of Mental Health that's supposed to help people. And stuff. This ain't no help. If anything, this is crooked, what's going on in here. The administration, just give us back our money. It's no big deal. Why are you making it hard on people? Why are you having patient stress in here on something so small? It is not your money.
Can you tell me, has this, you mentioned that you're a government representative and you deal with a lot of patients. Can you speak to the issue of how this has been stressful for people and what other patients have said to you? Because I know you've tried to help other patients with this issue.
Look, we know every governmental agency is crooked one way or another, but the bottom line is that when the administration and the Department of State Hospitals does things like this, it shows us how corrupt this system is, okay? Because I'm supposed to be in here learning how to be responsible, how not to do things, how to do things properly out there, how to not reoffend and stuff like that. And I'm sitting in here, and I'm watching all of this stuff go down. I'm sitting there thinking, wow, these guys really want to take our $12,000 from mentally ill patients. They want to take $12,000.
But again, you didn't answer my question, and those are some good points. But how are other patients that you've talked to about this, how are they affected?
They're pissed off because they're being rooked. All of them feel the same way, but they don't know what to do. They don't know how to file paperwork or anything like most of us do. And stuff. I've done file my paperwork with a bunch of excuses. Okay.
All right. Well, we want to cut this short. Thank you, Steve, for your comments and your statement. Okay, this is Jeff with the YouTube channel TSH Abuse. I have on the phone here, we're actually using two phones, so we may have some audio issues. James, can you give me your first name, just your first name and your hospital ID number?
James 967-0.
Okay. And do you consent to an interview for posting on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I just want to ask you about the Veterans Food Sale in 2019 and 2020. You ordered some food items for your personal consumption?
Yes, I ordered $150 worth of food items in exchange for food items, yeah, which I never received.
Which you never received. Okay. Now, we're talking by phone, so I can't actually show you the documents that I have, but I have a form that patients were asked to sign. It's CSH 40-031, and at the very top of the page, it says patient donation sheet, and then underneath it, it says all patient donations are final. Did you happen to see that when you signed the sheet to have money taken out of your trust account?
No, I did not.
Okay. When you were placing your order and signing this sheet, were you dealing with patients or staff?
Staff.
The staff had you fill this out?
Yes.
You weren't dealing with the patients?
No.
Which staff had you sign this?
The little short lady. I don't know what her name was.
Lisa Adams.
Yes, Lisa Adams.
Okay. Did she explain to you that your donation was final?
No, she did not. She said my donation would, once it got approved, we would get the food, they'd bring the food in.
Okay. Did she ever explain Administrative Directive 644, item number 5, which states, all donations to the party fund are final and shall not be reversed or be refunded for any reason?
No, and if it did say that, I would never have donated because I donated for the purpose of being able to attend that party and eat some good food.
Okay. Now, when you say donated for the party, you purchased those food items for your personal use. It wasn't like for a potluck or something, correct?
No, it was for my personal use.
Okay. So the $100 you spent, you expected the food items that you ordered for yourself, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if somebody had told you, and I'm going to ask you this directly, if somebody told you that all patient donations to party fund are final and shall not be reversed or refunded for any reason, would you have still placed your order?
Well, I would have never associated that with me not getting what I paid for.
And okay, and would you have anticipated that in the face of a worldwide pandemic, that the hospital would continue to hold your funds for 4 years and claim that would be a circumstance that you couldn't get your money back?
We received a notice saying that we will be having that food thing after we got our lockdown.
Well, are you aware that I received a letter from Joe Castaneda stating that even though the hospital has been open, officially open, that they don't feel it's safe to give the food because there continues to be a high rate of COVID in the hospital?
That's because they're bringing it in intentionally.
Well, that's just
bringing it in intentionally. But I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I do have a letter from Joe Castaneda, which states that the hospital is fully open, but because of the high COVID, it's not safe to run the party.
I don't understand what that has to do with the food.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, also, I want to make you aware, before we end this, Joe Castaneda wrote in the same letter that all members of the group are aware that patients may deposit money to the account but are not allowed to rescind the deposit or remove money unless it's for an approved event for that group.
That was an approved event.
No, but what I'm saying is he's saying that all members may, once you deposit money into the veterans group, you cannot get it back, that's what he's saying.
But the veteran group promised the individuals who donated that money for the party that we would be getting something in exchange for that. And
right. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that here it is 4 years later, and they're saying that they're not going to honor those orders until, like, there's no COVID in the hospital, and that day's never going to come.
No COVID. There's always going to be COVID.
Exactly.
The hospital continues to bring it in.
And here's the other issue, is that the prices have gone up significantly, and, you know, there's not enough money in the account 4 years later to honor those orders. So, anyway, thank you, Mr. Heydrich. Is Mr. Williams on your unit? I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording. If you could find Mr. Williams, I would like to interview.
Unit?
Huh?
13. Mr. Williams is not on this unit.
Oh, what unit is he on now?
1.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay, once again, this is Jeff with DSH's YouTube channel, Saturday, September 23rd, Coalinga State Hospital. I have Shelby on the line. Shelby, can you just state your first name and your hospital ID number?
Shelby, 3756.
3756?
375-6.
375-6. Okay. And I want your consent to do this recording and to post it on YouTube.
I do consent to that, yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to speak briefly about the Veterans Food Sale in 2019 and 2020. You ordered $117 worth of food. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was for your personal consumption?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after you filled out your order, you signed a separate sheet to have money taken out of your trust account?
Yes.
Okay, you recall doing that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I'm looking at the sheet in front of me. We're talking on the phone. And at the top it says patient donation sheet, and then below that, all patient donations are final. Do you remember seeing that at the top of the page when you signed to have money taken out of your account?
No, I do not remember seeing that.
Okay. When you signed this sheet, did you sign it did a patient have you sign it or a staff member?
I don't recall.
Were you guilty? You don't recall? Okay.
No.
Do you remember who the sponsor of the Veterans Group was?
Yes.
The staff member who ran the Veterans Group?
The staff member was Lisa Adams, I believe, I want to say.
Okay. Okay, so do you remember if she ever told you? And I'm looking at Administrative Directive 644. I'm going to read it to you. Okay, page 6, item 5. That all donations to the party fund are final and shall not be reversed or refunded for any reason. Did she ever tell you that, or did you ever hear her announce that in the group?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did any patient ever tell you that?
No, they did not.
Okay. All right. So it's been 4 years. What have you heard about your money and what was going to happen with your food order?
I've heard different things. I've heard that after the pandemic, we would get food for the money that was still there that we didn't get paid for. And then I heard we was not going to get food.
Okay, hold on. You heard that after the pandemic that you were going to get your food?
At one point, yes.
Okay. And what else have you heard?
Then I heard we was not going to get anything.
Then you heard you were not going to get anything. Who did you hear this from?
My peers.
Your peers. Okay. How do you feel about the whole situation right now?
I feel that like I was burned, that I was done wrong.
Okay. Are you upset about it?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. All right, Mr. Pruitt. I appreciate you talking to me. What do you want to happen at this point?
I would like to either get reimbursed or get food for the money that I paid for.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Pruitt. I appreciate you participating in this interview. We're working very hard to get this resolved. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.